Hi, welcome to Vision Vibes, and today, we're breaking down the details of Wepet Renpet, the ancient Egyptian New Year, the goals they aimed to achieve, and the subsequent implications on the global stage. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you're ready to explore this multifaceted journey with us. Have you ever wondered how the ancient Egyptians celebrated the New Year? As we usher in another year, it's fascinating to think about how this transition has been marked throughout history. The concept of the New Year, the celebration of the passage of time, holds significance in cultures around the globe. Each culture brings its unique perspective, rituals, and traditions to this event. Let's journey back to a time when pharaohs ruled the land and the pyramids were still new. Welcome to ancient Egypt. Here, the New Year was not just a celebration, but a deeply spiritual event woven into the fabric of their society and beliefs. In the ancient Egyptian language, the New Year was known as Wepet Renpet, which gracefully translates to opening of the year. Wepet Renpet was more than just a calendar event. It symbolized rebirth, renewal, and rejuvenation, themes that were profoundly important in their understanding of the world. And what's more interesting is that the ancient Egyptian New Year didn't match up with our modern-day January 1st. Theirs was a calendar deeply tied to the land they lived on, and the celestial bodies they observed in the night sky. Just like us, the ancient Egyptians looked forward to the New Year, but their anticipation was not for fireworks or countdowns. Instead, they eagerly awaited the life-giving floods of the Nile, which signaled the start of Wepet Renpet. This annual flooding was a revitalizing event, bringing forth fertile soil for their crops, and in turn prosperity for the people. But the New Year in ancient Egypt wasn't merely an agricultural event, it was a deeply religious and spiritual occasion, marked by grand ceremonies, feasts, and a sense of communal unity. The New Year signaled a fresh start, a chance to correct past wrongs, and an opportunity to please their gods for the year to come. So let's dive in and explore the intricacies of Wepet Renpet, the New Year celebration in ancient Egypt. It's a journey that will take us through time and across the sands of history to discover how this ancient civilization marked the passage of time and celebrated the promise of a new beginning. To truly understand Wepet Renpet, we must first understand the ancient Egyptian calendar. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers of several things, and one of them was the development of a sophisticated calendar system. But this wasn't any ordinary system. It was intrinsically tied to the rhythm of the Nile River. The Egyptians' year was divided into 3 seasons, each consisting of 4 months. These seasons were aptly named: Akhet, the inundation; Pere, the growing season; and Shemu, the harvest season. The heartbeat of this calendar was the Nile River. Its predictable annual flooding was a life-giving phenomenon, replenishing the land with a fresh layer of nutrient-rich silt, making it fertile for the next round of crops. This event was so significant that the Egyptians based their entire calendar around it. Now, how did they know when the new year was to start, you ask? Well, they looked to the stars, quite literally. The star Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, held a special place in the Egyptian cosmology. Known as Sopdet to the Egyptians, Sirius had a fascinating characteristic. It disappeared below the horizon for about 70 days every year and then reappeared, a phenomenon we today call the heliacal rising. And here's where it gets really interesting. The reappearance of Sirius remarkably coincided with the start of the Nile's annual flooding. The Egyptians saw this as a celestial announcement of the new year and the start of the inundation season. Hence, the sighting of Sirius heralded the beginning of Wepet Renpet, the new year. This celestial event was a cause for celebration, but it was also a critical marker for the agrarian society. It signaled the time to prepare the fields for planting, setting the rhythm of agricultural life. With this understanding of the ancient Egyptian calendar, we can now delve deeper into the New Year celebration. So, buckle up, as we take a journey back in time, to an era where stars guided the course of life, and rivers marked the passage of time. Now let's explore the rituals that marked Wepet Renpet. In the heart of ancient Egypt, the new year, known as Wepet Renpet, was ushered in with a series of rituals, each holding its own significance and purpose. The celebration wasn't just about marking a new calendar year, but it was a profound spiritual journey, a renewal of life, and a chance to start afresh. One of the key rituals associated with Wepet Renpet was the thorough cleaning and decorating of homes. The ancient Egyptians believed in the power of cleanliness and order to drive away evil spirits and attract good fortune. Homes were swept, scrubbed, and adorned with fresh flowers and vibrant artifacts. The idea was to create a harmonious environment that would welcome positive energy for the year ahead. But the rituals of Wepet Renpet extended beyond the confines of the home. The ancient Egyptians also made offerings to their gods. These offerings were often in the form of food, a symbol of sustenance and gratitude. The Egyptians would prepare sumptuous meals, with a variety of dishes, and present them at the temples of their gods. This ritual was seen as a way to gain favor from the deities and ensure their blessings for the coming year. Perhaps one of the most intriguing rituals of Wepet Renpet was the Feast of Drunkenness. Yes, you heard it right. This was a feast dedicated to the goddess Sekhmet, who was known for her dual nature of destruction and healing. The ancient Egyptians believed that by getting intoxicated they could pacify the wrathful aspect of Sekhmet and invoke her healing powers. The feast was a night of revelry, filled with music, dancing, and of course, copious amounts of beer. Through these rituals, the ancient Egyptians sought to start the new year on a positive note. Each ritual was a step towards cleansing the old and embracing the new, a way to align themselves with the cosmic forces and navigate the journey of the coming year with grace and fortitude. But what did Wepet Renpet symbolize for the ancient Egyptians? To the ancient Egyptians, Wepet Renpet was more than just a marking of a new year. It signified rebirth and renewal, concepts deeply intertwined with their understanding of life, death, and eternity. The flooding of the Nile was a metaphorical cleanse, washing away the past year's ills and misfortunes, and making way for a fresh start. It was a time of rebirth, where the world was seen as a newborn, ready to start another cycle of life. This sense of renewal was not just about the physical world, but also extended to personal lives. It was a time for the ancient Egyptians to reflect upon their deeds, to make amends and to seek forgiveness. It was a time to shed old habits and to adopt new ones, to let go of past grudges and to embrace forgiveness, to release old fears and to foster new hopes. And amid all this symbolism, Wepet Renpet was also a time of immense joy and celebration. It was a festival marked by music, dancing, and feasting. The streets of ancient Egypt would come alive with the sounds of laughter and song, the rhythm of drums and the melody of flutes. There were games and contests, performances and processions, all contributing to a vibrant, festive atmosphere. Food, of course, played a central role in these celebrations. Feasts were held, with tables laden with an array of dishes, from bread and beer to meat and fruits. It was a time of abundance, a reflection of the bounty that the Nile's flooding brought to their lands. In essence, Wepet Renpet was a celebration of life in all its facets. It was a time when the ancient Egyptians acknowledged the cyclical nature of existence, the inevitable interplay of life and death, of endings and beginnings. It was a time when they celebrated the resilience of life, its ability to renew itself, to start afresh, to thrive and flourish. So Wepet Renpet was not just a New Year celebration, but a profound symbol of rebirth and renewal for the ancient Egyptians. So, how is Wepet Renpet relevant today, you might ask? Well, the fascinating influence of ancient Egyptian culture can be seen in modern New Year celebrations, albeit in more subtle ways. While the Gregorian calendar has largely replaced the ancient Egyptian solar calendar, the underlying themes and sentiments of Wepet Renpet still resonate with people today. The essence of renewal, rebirth, and the cyclical nature of time that was central to Wepet Renpet echoes in our contemporary New Year traditions. We, too, celebrate the passing of the old and the ushering in of the new with joy and anticipation. Now let's journey to modern Egypt. Here, the spirit of Wepet Renpet is very much alive. Some Egyptians, particularly those in rural and traditional communities, mark the occasion in their own unique ways. They observe the heliacal rising of Sirius, just as their ancestors did millennia ago, and celebrate with feasts, music, and dance. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, continues to play a significant role in these celebrations, with rituals and festivities often taking place along its banks. Furthermore, it's interesting to note that Wepet Renpet has transcended geographical boundaries. Around the world, people from different cultures and backgrounds celebrate the new year with fireworks, symbolizing the expulsion of evil and the invitation of good luck. This aligns with the ancient Egyptian tradition of using loud noises and bright lights to scare away the demon god, Apep, ensuring the successful rebirth of the sun god, Ra. In a broader sense, Wepet Renpet serves as a reminder of humanity's enduring fascination with time and our place within its infinite cycles. It underscores our collective desire for renewal and the hope that each new year brings. While the celebration of Wepet Renpet may have changed over the centuries, its essence of renewal and rebirth remains a universal theme in New Year celebrations around the world. So, as we bid farewell to the old and welcome the new, let's remember the ancient echoes of Wepet Renpet that reverberate in our celebrations today. Now, let's sum up what we've learned about Wepet Renpet. We delved into the annals of time to discover an ancient New Year celebration, one that was deeply entwined with the rhythms of the Nile and the Egyptian calendar. Wepet Renpet, marked by the annual flooding of the Nile, was not just a timekeeping mechanism, but a symbol of rebirth and renewal for the ancient Egyptians. We also explored the rich rituals and ceremonies that marked this celebration, from offerings to the gods to feasting and merriment. Each ritual held a symbolic significance, reflecting the Egyptians' profound understanding of the cycles of life and their place within them. Fast forward to the present day, and we see that Wepet Renpet still resonates, its echoes found in our modern celebrations of renewal and hope. So, the next time you celebrate the new year, remember Wepet Renpet and the ancient Egyptians who celebrated this occasion with such joy and reverence thousands of years ago. In our journey through time, we've witnessed the ancient celebration of Wepet Renpet, its deep connection with the Nile, and how it's still reflected in our modern-day celebrations. We thank you for joining us on this comprehensive exploration of Wepet Renpet, the ancient Egyptian New Year. Your engagement and curiosity make these explorations possible and worthwhile. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to click on the subscribe button for more exciting journeys into history. Hitting the like button not only motivates us to keep creating quality content, but also helps other history enthusiasts like you discover these videos. Remember, knowledge is power, and sharing this power with friends and family can open up fascinating discussions. So go ahead, share this video and let them in on the secrets of Wepet Renpet, the ancient Egyptian New Year. Stay tuned and keep exploring as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the past. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.